Hi there and welcome along. This is not going to be one of your usual videos you'd expect to see from me. It is now the very beginning of January and winter has only really just started. I'm going to be the opposite to what you're seeing everywhere else, because the madness has already started across all of my social media channels, with people already panicking and trying to get themselves ahead for the growing season for 2025. Realistically, right now there is absolutely nothing to do in the garden. Get yourself bundled up nice and warm, pour yourself a cup of whatever it is that you like to drink, whether it's tea, coffee, hot chocolate, cocoa, an Irish coffee, whatever it might be, and just take a leisurely stroll around your garden. The garden and its gardener right now need nothing more than just a really good rest and to let Mother Nature do her thing. With the arrival of the cold weather, the garden really only now starts going to sleep properly. I've still got 1 or 2 roses in flower, and it's far too early to be thinking about doing any hardcore pruning, cutting back or clearing up just yet. This cold weather that we're experiencing over the next week or 10 days or so will really put the garden into a state of dormancy. Mother Nature and her cold temperatures will now start clearing the garden of not only harmful animals such as slugs and snails, which do lots of damage in the garden, but also start killing off harmful pathogens like the spores that carry black spot, mold and mildew to your roses. The cold weather will slowly put to bed any remaining flowers that you have and put your plants into complete dormancy. They'll drop the last of the remaining leaves and then obviously send all of their starches and sugars they've built up over the spring, summer and autumn months down into the root system where you want them. This is exactly why we don't do any pruning whatsoever, especially on young plants, before the plant has gone into full dormancy. And to do that, we need to let Mother Nature do her thing and the weather arrive whenever the weather arrives. If you do go ahead and prune your plants too soon, all you're going to be doing is removing the stems and the growth that are packed full of starches and sugars that should have been sent down into the root system, discarding those and throwing that away, which means the plant, when it does wake up in March, April and May, is not going to have everything it needs to be able to grow and produce strong, vigorous growth and of course flowers for the season ahead. So for now, there's nothing more to do than enjoy your garden. Get out and have a really good wander about like I am with a cup of tea. Do some planning and maybe make some notes in your book. Grab your seed catalogues and start planning what it is that you want to start growing next year. But for now, there's absolutely no panic about getting any seeds in the ground whatsoever. You don't want to be sowing your tomatoes, your chilies, your aubergines just yet. The garden has weeks and weeks of slumber ahead of it just yet, while Mother Nature does her thing and cleanses the garden of all of the bits and pieces that we don't want. Remember as well, if you're also doing the no dig method, that you don't want to be disturbing the soil at this stage. Once the soil has been frosted and all of the harmful bacteria and pathogens have been cleansed, including the weed seeds as well, you don't want to be disturbing the soil surface. That soil surface is then cleansed wherever possible. You just want to simply mulch over the top of it. So for now, have a really good relax, and I will be bringing you plenty of tutorials over the next coming weeks of how to prune your roses, both shrub and bush roses, young roses and well established, and of course I'm going to be doing climbing roses and of course standard and rambling roses too.